different lesson, which is going to be about listening section. Then we're going to do a reading as well, because today I don't like to start the, like, let's say, grammar points in your curriculum. It's been like many weeks we are spending times and having lesson in the curriculum, which is really annoying. It's about all grammar points. So now you already have too much idea about grammar points and different tenses. Now you know how to write in present, in past, also in continuous. Even you can speak with these three main tenses. You've got present perfect as well. So today I would like to start a new session with you, which is about listening, because from now on, for your weekly exam, I'm going to test you only in reading and listening. All right. So today I'm going to use this website. It's really interesting. All right. There are many different and easy topics for reading, also for listening, even for writing. Okay. So from now on, we're going to follow this website together. It's really interesting and it works with you also. Even in your weekly exam, as I told you, we are going to do exam only in reading and listening, because we've got many points in grammar. Once we finish this one for 2 weeks, we're going to return to the curriculum. Let's see what are the things that we have it in chapter 4 and 5, because your curriculum is only about 5 chapters. Okay, then we're going to finish this one, and then we're going to start about new lessons. Okay, how we are going to introduce ourselves, what are the things that we have to never say it while we are working in a company or any other public places, how we are ordering things in an online website, or how are we like make question, or what are those expressions, and let's say the way how we order or ask or require something in a hotel, in a restaurant, in a hospital, in the airport. These are only such a kind of main point that we all really need them, right? Do you agree with me? Is my sound clear?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So let's get started. Okay, so now please, I'm going to share the sound with you. Even now it's like that?
No.
Perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to play the audio. You have to listen to it. Then we're going to start to answer these questions together. Okay? Are you ready?
Lingua.com. Listening comprehension. I love my family. I live in a big house with all my family. There are 7 of us, including my grandfather, father, mother, and my younger siblings. I have 2 younger brothers and an older sister. My grandfather came to this country as an immigrant. He found a job on a ranch, working with horses. He then met my grandmother, and they soon married. They had only 1 child. She is my mother. Everyone gets along well with each other. We make sure that we do our chores before our father reminds us. We also love to gather around grandfather when he tells one of his stories about growing up in the old country. Please answer the following questions. Question 1. Where does the writer live?
Okay, so let's answer question number 1. You've heard already about this person, right? So now please raise your hand. I'm going to participate, but please try to do not say the answer without taking permission, okay? You can raise your hand. I'm going to give you a chance to answer these questions together. Then we're going to change the title for something else. Then we're going to do 2 parts and reading also. Yes, Khan. Could you please tell us what is the answer for question number 1? Where does the writer live?
Yes. In a house, in a big house.
In a house. So it means answer D. Let me click it. So see, your answer is correct.
Right.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, Saka. How many members of the family are there? 1, 2, 6, 7.
7.
Let me see. Yes, your answer is correct as well. Thank you, Saka, again. Question 3. Let me ask, please, guys, you can lower your hand once you participate, okay? Yes, Susan.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, honey. Question 3 is, how is the grandfather related to the writer's mother? He is her husband. He is her father. He is her brother. He is her child.
Wait.
So think about the answer, okay? Let me give you only one.
Okay.
Yes, honey. You know what is the question is? It is about how is the grandfather related to the writer's mother? شلون باپیریان چونەڵێ چشتێکی دایکی نووسەرەکە مانە ئەم کەسێک کە ئێستا قسەیە کرد ئۆکەی باپیری لەگەڵیان ئاژی ئۆکەی سۆ باپیری چشتێکی چۆن ڕەبتی هەیە بە دایکی یانەی چۆن پەیوەندیەکی هەیە لەگەڵ دایکە ئایا مردی ئەوە یان برایەتی یان باوکێتی یان برایەتی یان مناڵێتی.
He is her father. B.
He is her father. Okay, let me choose B. Yes, it's quite clear because we have grandfather. So our grandfather is our mom's father, isn't it? باپیرمان باوکی دایکمانە یان مثلا باوکی باوکمانە. grandmother ایش به همان شو کننک اکاد. اویش دایکی باوکو دایکمانه یعنی. So زور آسانه یعنی سوال لك راست به فرمی که توزه لوانه جواز مسترابه بو هنکتن بلام كأله grandfather طبعا باوكي دايكي أكاد وتدايكي نسرة. All right, question number 4. Where did the grandfather work? The grandfather, he said my grandfather is working in a dash with the horse. So what is the name of this place? On a ranch, in a factory, at a hotel, in a store. In a factory بمعنى معملية أوكي فاكتوري يعني معمليان كارجة at a hotel واتلا أوتيلك يعني فندقة كعيشة in a store واتلا كارجية كعيشة كات أوكي يعني لا أتوانين بلين مخزن أتوانين بلين كارجة نعم أتوانين بلين مخزن باشتري بالي ليرا وكوخو ما ترجمي كينو store يعني دوكان حتى on a ranch بمعنى جنلي خمان ألين جلدي بلور يعني مزرعة بالضبط. So let me choose Jihan. Yes, Jihan. Where did the grandfather work? On a ranch? Good morning, honey. In a factory, at a hotel, in a store.
On a ranch.
A?
Yes.
Okay, so it's correct. Because he said my father is working on a big ranch with the horses, right? Question number 5. Thank you, Jihan. What does the writer's family like to do? Watch movies, go to the park, listen to grandfather, play games. Yes, Benar? Benar? What does the writer's family like to do? Do you remember that part? ديرت معلومة مقطعات ولا ما كتشي بكوتي؟
أنا ما مصطلح إني نشترك حزيلة شيا.
طبعا. وتركز على كهرباء حزيلة شيا. Watch movies. سيري فيلمو أو أنا بكم يعني go to the park حس كان بتشين بو park يعني listen to grandfather جولا بابير يعني بكري يعني play games ويعرف كم. So كمان راسك.
من علمسي جولا بابير يعني بكري
listen to grandfather. Okay, let me choose Shinyan. Thank you, Binargan. Yes, Shinyan.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, honey. Do you agree with Binara's answer because she said C is the correct answer? Like the writer's family would like to listen to their grandfather.
C.
Okay. Yes, okay. What about Khanim?
Yes, Miss Nina.
Which one is correct?
First about A. I think A.
Watch movies? Okay. So
No. أنا قصدي على السؤال السادس كان.
لا سؤال الخامس.
خامس C. Listen to grandfather.
Listen to grandfather. Thank you. What about Sakar? Yes, Sakar. Do you agree with your friend? They said answer C is the correct one. Listen to grandfather. Sakar? Can you hear me? Okay, so she's not here. Anyway, let's try to make sure whether this answer is correct or not. Yes, it's correct. The writer's family would like to listen to their grandfather. All right, question 6. What stories does grandfather tell? So this family would like to listen to their grandfather. Of course, he is going to say some stories or read some stories for them, isn't it? So let's make sure what are the stories about. Stories about where he grew up, stories about his grandchildren, stories about work, stories about the neighborhood. So what do you think? I think I have some participants, they are going to write the answer in a chat for me, isn't it? All right, anyway, let me choose Shinyan. Where are the other participants? Where is Izzadin? Where is Akram? Where is Lana? Kijan, Mir? Why you are silent? Where is Salim? Khatib?
والله ما مسا من
لا.
اسات
إيه؟
نمزاني خطقات تو بويا نازا مسار شيء يجبله لا انا غلط بيا يسال اخو ما تجيبله
تمام يعني جل اوديو كنب
نو والله جمله نوشكا نمزاني خديته زوج بدر يلا زوما كذا عندي
مشكلة قينا بقران بس أقدر ولا موضوع نوني بينن إنترنت أكرته أوكي تقريبا
زور
حفتي
لاشنا.
بيشوفوا أو على نكرة مشكلة
والله نمبيني
راستك
برز ما
it's okay okay so let me choose Shakish. Yes Shakish.
Hello, مسلينا شاني
زور سباس
بابورنا مش فداش نادر استهل ما خدر بس تطفون بالكم كردوا سيركم يجي ساعات لون ندان هرتا ساما عليك تما تخيل لسربان
it's fine actually
سيركم ديستان كردوا بدرس
yeah
الدنيا خديتو
مسفدا هم زانم بينشم بيوتن يعني لو أنا إيش بيري شو بيان تركيز عنك بس أكيد مسفدا بيوتن كلا يكشمون وندرس أخواني شو كإنترنت أكرته بريار درا ولا سعنونيو خد كرته أوكي مشكلة نية قيناك يعني أو أنا شيء كتأخير بنا عن زاني وزور اعتيادي أمره بغياب حسابي الماكين أو شن دقيقة كتأخير بون ضليابا هم قصلا قل مساعدة سارسكم بس ما دموا هنك تأخير بون جاري كتير جولا أوديو كبقرنا
A. In an apartment.
أما درسي تازية
.com.
بله وتم أمدو حفتي تركيز أخينا سر لسنين وريدين بيكو لبر أوي فتريكي زورة لسر مواسي أكاني جرامر أروي أوني خوندو تانا هتا إسا بيسكي زور باشا أوني للسنين وريدينا مصطلحات واي دي تغازو جواسر خير أبن طبعا لما نهاجة كابو شوين يتشكل تركيز كواتا زر موازي جرامر زياتر ومنش حز أكمل لموضوع تركيز خينا سر أستي خينا وتانو لسنين تانو تاجو قرتن تان لتكست ولموضوع امتحان يحفتانا كان يشتان هموي أكم بريدين ولسنين بيكو أوكي كاتي مزبوطان إيه المهم فوكس خينا سر أو لافلش بيكو شكا أوي تايسا خندو مانا قواعد دو زياتر ضروري شكا تشينا ديتيلو أو أنا أو بيوز ناكا إمش بو أستي أو أوكي يلا سو أوديو كان بو دوبارة كما بو تلباني كتأخير بنجارة تجوي لابقرنو دعاية سكين با والله مي بسارة كان كمان
.com. Listening comprehension. I love my family. I live in a big house with all my family. There are 7 of us, including my grandfather, father, mother, and my younger siblings. I have 2 younger brothers and an older sister. My grandfather came to this country as an immigrant. He found a job on a ranch, working with horses. He then met my grandmother, and they soon married. They had only 1 child. She is my mother. Everyone gets along well with each other. We make sure that we do our chores before our father reminds us. We also love to gather around grandfather when he tells one of his stories about growing up in the old country. Please answer the following questions. Question 1. Where does the writer live?
We
A.
said in a
an
house.
apartment. B. On a boat. C. On a ranch. D. In a house. Question 2. How many members of the family are there? A. 1. B. 2. C. 6. D. 7.
And here is number 7 is the
Question
correct one.
3. How is the grandfather related to the writer's mother? A. He is her husband. B. He is her father. C. He is her brother. D. He is her child. Question 4. Where did the grandfather work? A. On a ranch. B. At a hotel. C. In a factory. D. In a store.
We said A is the
Question
correct
5.
one on a ranch.
What does the writer's family like to do? A. Watch movies. B. Go to the park. C. Listen to grandfather. D. Play games.
Here is the correct one.
Question 6. What stories does grandfather tell? A. Stories about where he grew up. B. Stories about his grandchildren. C. Stories about work. D. Stories about the neighborhood.
All right. So now let's ask Lana. Let's see what is the correct answer for question 6.
A. Stories about where he grew up.
Stories about where he grew up. Okay. Thank you, Lana. Yes, Naima.
Yes.
Naima.
Yes, Miss. Yes.
Which one is the correct one between these two?
Miss B.
B. Stories about his grandchildren.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Rohalat. Thank you, Naima. Yes, Rohalat.
Stories about where he grew up.
Stories about where he grew up. Okay, answer A. Thank you, Rohalat. Yes, Shinyan.
A, teacher.
A. Okay, thank you. Yes, Hind.
Yes, teacher. A, the
A.
correct answer.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Qabas.
نعم أستاذة. A, stories about where he
Grew up.
up.
Okay.
نعم.
Yes, Gardenia. Thank you, Qabas. Yes, Gardenia.
Morning, teacher.
Good morning, honey. Thank you. I'm great.
Alhamdulillah. Miss A.
A.
Song about where he grew up.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Ala. Well done.
A answer stories تبع ال A.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Handren. A. Okay, yeah. Stories about where he grew up. تعرفين شنو معنى هدول الجواب؟ هدول الاختيارات يعني؟ Stories about where he grew up شنو معناتها هاي؟
يعني حول المكان يحكي لهم قصة.
تمام. What about B? Stories about his grandchildren.
يحكي على أطفاله أو أحفاده.
بالضبط أحفاده. grandchildren يعني أحفاده. Yes, Saka.
عفوا ويسم لما بس تشيروكي كرزا وكتزا واشتكانتي بس
بالضبط وطننا وكاني. أي يعني شيء stories about where he grew up.
معناه أوي كبون منه شي بردوه تواني.
Where he grew up. لا grew up past he grow up واتا تشيروك لسر أو شو يعني كلي جوربوه. Okay, where he grew up. واتا أو شو يعني كلي جوربوه لسر أو تشيروك كان بوجرته. What about welcome? What about C? Stories about work.
تشيروك كان درباري إيشا كاني إيشا
راستا. Stories about the neighborhood.
ماما صار الله تشيروك
درباري شي neighborhood زي يعني شي.
والله. مصطفى.
كان.
تشيروك درباري زيرك كاني قرت.
بالضبط. بمعنى دراسة إما ألين دراسة نا بمعنى دراسة ثانية أو كساني كيتلا شمالي لنزيكي وجيا أو إما ألين دراسة لنفسي شنا يعني neighborhood أكو دراسة جي خمانوها. أوكي.
أنسى يعني قصص عن الحي.
neighborhood يعني حي مسهودة. تمام بالضبط.
إيه حي.
تمام. Okay. So now welcome honey. So now like yes Runaida. I think you already said answer A is the correct one, yeah?
Dali answer.
Okay, so let's see. answer C, like answer A, I mean, was the correct one. What story does grandfather tell? Stories about where he grew up. Okay. So now I'm going to change the title for something else for you. Just give me 1 minute. Let's see what else do we have about listening section. I have to find something a little bit easy for you. Would you like to listen to some things about planning on a vacation or planning about vacation? Okay.
Yes, miss, why not?
Yeah, it's really nice. Okay. Please make me sure if the sound wasn't clear, okay?
Lingua.com. Listening comprehension. David is planning a vacation. David is planning a vacation for his family. His mother and father want to accompany the family this year. Last year, his parents did not travel with them. David has thought about visiting Miami, Florida again, and he really enjoyed the beach there last year. But this year, they want to visit the mountains. They are looking at California, Colorado, and Idaho. David's wife, Emily, wants the family to fly by plane for the vacation this year and then rent a car. David wants to travel by car from their home in Atlanta. However, their sedan is not big enough to accommodate everyone who wants to go. David wants to rent a minivan. His twin sons, Brandon and Brent, have never been on an airplane before. They are 3 years old. Please answer the following questions. Question 1. Where did the family vacation last year? A. Italy. B. France. C. Florida. D. California.
Okay. So let me choose Ahmed Ismail for question number 1. Where did the family vacation last year?
A.
A. Italy. Okay. Yasmir. Thank you, Ahmed. Yasmir.
The Florida.
Florida. C.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yes, Heshu. Thank you, Mir. Yes, Heshu.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, honey.
D, California.
D, California. Okay. Yes, Kijan. Thank you, Lana.
Teacher C, Florida.
C, Florida. What about Khanum?
Yes, Florida.
Florida. Thank you. What about Ala?
D, answer California.
California. Okay. What about Hind?
D, the correct answer.
D. What about Ala? Yes, Ala?
Answer الجواب D, California.
Sorry. Okay. What about Jihan? Thank you. Yes, Jihan?
California.
California. D. What else do we have?
Miss, you don't mention me.
Yes, Lana?
It's Italy.
California?
No, Italy.
Italy. A. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let's try Florida. Okay, because many of the participants, they chose answer C. C, the correct answer is Florida. Because the question is about where did the family vacation last year? Last year, they went to Florida. Okay, question 2, no problem. What is the name of David's wife? Okay, what is the name of David's wife? Erin, Elizabeth, Eddie, Emily. Let me choose another participant that he or she doesn't participate from the beginning. Let's choose Ajin and then Kalsoon. Yes, Ajin. Ajin Qadir. Yes, Ajin. Can you hear me, Ajin? Okay. What about Avian? Avian Najmadin. No response. Okay. Yasmir.
Teacher, his wife is, her name is Emily.
Emily. Thank you. Yes, Ahmed. Ahmed, can you hear me? Yes, Jihan.
Yes, Emily.
Emily. Yes, Lana.
Her name is Emily.
What about Shahan?
Yes, teacher. D. Emily.
Okay, Khanam.
Emily.
Yes, Ala.
Emily.
Shinyan.
D. Emily.
Yes, Kijan.
دي مامسة إيميلي.
Yes, Naima.
Yes, teacher. D.
Okay.
Emily.
Okay. Yes, Handren.
Emily.
Okay, Fidan.
D. Emily.
Thank you. Runaida.
D. Emily.
Athir. Athir Falah.
Yes, teacher. T. Emily.
D. Emily. So let me choose. Yes, the answer is correct. David's wife, her name was Emily. Okay, question 3. How old are David's sons? How old are David's sons? So he's got, I think, was 2 or 3 sons. So what, like, how old are they? 3, 4, 5. Their ages are not known. It means they didn't mention, or she doesn't mention her son's age. Okay. Let me choose Naima. Yes, Naima.
Yes, miss.
Which one is correct?
A.
A, 3. Okay. Yes, Athir. Athir.
نعم مامسة.
Which one is correct?
A 3.
A3. Yes, Shakish. Thank you.
Yes, teacher. 3 years.
3 years. A. Okay. Yes, Gardenia.
Yes, ma'am. 3 years.
3 years. Yes, Kabas.
نعم أستاذة. 3 years.
Okay. Yes, Heshu.
Yes, teacher. A3.
3. Okay. So let's try 3. It's correct, right? Because she said, my son is about 3 years. 3 years. Okay. Question 4. In which city does David's family live? So what is the name of this city that they are living in? I mean, David's family. Atlantic City, New York, Atlanta, Miami. Which one is correct? And let me choose Akram. Yes, Akram. Akram Ahmed. No response? Okay, yes, Handre. Atlantic City, New York, Atlanta, Miami. Like, in which city does David's family live?
C.
تعرفين شنو معنى الجواب هندرين؟
لأنه أي منطقة كان عايش ديفيد وعائلته؟
إيه بالضبط. So جواب C, أتلانتا؟
ولا C.
تمام. Yes, نعيمة.
Yes, miss. C.
C. All right. Yes, Shinyan.
C. Atlanta.
باشا. Yes, Ala.
C answer.
Okay, Lana.
Miami.
Miami. D. All right. Let me choose Benar. Yes, Benar.
D. Mama.
D. Miami. Right. Okay. Yes, Fidan.
D. Miami.
D. Miami. Yes, Hint.
Yes, teacher. I choose D.
D. Miami. Okay. Yes, Kalsum. Thank you, Hint.
C. Atlanta.
C. Atlanta. Yes, Russell. Russell. I can hear your sound, Russell. Maybe you've got a problem in your mic. Anyone, Russell, you can send me the answer in the chat because I see that you are available and you already opened your mic, but I can hear your sound. Maybe there is a problem. Please, you can send me the answer in the chat, okay? Yes, Sakar?
Almost دي Miami.
D, ma'am. Okay. Yes, Athir?
نعم مامستا دي ميامي.
D, Miami. Yes, Rohalat?
Miami.
Miami. Okay, so some of the students, like you chose between these two. Some of them, like some of you, let's say you chose Atlanta as the correct answer, and then the other person is like the other participant, they chose Miami. Would you like to test Atlanta or Miami? I think I've heard Atlanta more than Miami, isn't it? Atlanta. So let's click on Atlanta. Here is the correct answer. They are living in Atlanta, not in Miami, okay? So here is the correct answer. Question 5. What are the name of David's sons? Brian and Brandon, Brandon and Brent, Brandon and Brooks, Brian and Brent. David's son. Would you like to listen to the audio again? Why not? Yes. It's better because you know the names are a little bit difficult to remember.
Everyone who wants to go to travel by car from their home in Atlanta. However, their sedan is not big enough to accommodate everyone who wants to go. David wants to rent a minivan. His twin sons, Brandon and Brent, have never been on an airplane before. They are 3 years old.
So I think now the names are quite clear, isn't it? Yes, Khanum?
Brandon and Brett. B.
Yes, Saka. So B, Yes, Saka.
ماموستا B.
B. Yes, Mir.
مامستا B. Brandon and Brent.
Okay, yes, Rahlat. Rahlat. B. Okay. Rahlat, your mic is not good, so please try to like fix your mic. Maybe there is a problem in it. There is a crowd in it. Yes, Gardenia.
رقم B. Brandon and Brent.
B. Okay. Yes, Hesho.
B. Brandon and Brent.
Yes, Habas.
نعم أستاذة B.
Yes, Hint.
Yes, Brandon and Brent.
Naima.
Yes, teacher. B.
B. Yes, Fidan.
Brandon and Brent. B.
B. Okay. Here is the correct one. Yeah, thank you so much. Question 6, the last question. Which state is not being considered for vacation? Georgia, Colorado, California, Idaho. Idaho, I think so. Let's listen to that part again.
Please answer the following questions.
Before this
Atlanta.
one.
However, their sedan is not big enough to accommodate everyone who wants to go. David wants to rent a minivan. His twin sons, Brandon and Brent, have never been on an airplane before. They are 3 years old. Please answer the following questions.
No, still is not mentioned. Let me go back to the beginning.
David's wife, Emily, wants the family to fly by plane for the vacation this year and then rent a car. David wants to travel by car from their home in Atlanta. However, their sedan is not big enough to accommodate everyone who wants to go. David wants to rent a minivan. His twin sons, Brandon and Brent, have never been on an airplane before. They are 3 years old. Please answer the following questions. 4. C. 5. D. Their ages are not known. Question 4. In what city does David live? Atlanta. D. Miami. Question 5. What are the names of David's sons? A. Brian and Brandon. B. Brandon and Brent. C. Brandon and Brooks. D. Brian and Brent. Question 6. Which state is not being considered for vacation? A. Georgia. B. Colorado. C. California. D. Idaho.
Idaho, yeah. Okay, so what do you think about answer for question 6? Which state is not being considered for vacation? Okay. Do you know what is the meaning of the question?
يعني
What is
أي مدينة ما راح يروحوا لها الجماعة.
بالضبط.
ليست في الاعتبار يعني.
بالضبط. وقت اعتباري أوان نكردو يعني حز يعني بيني يعني بيري علينا كردوتو كبوجش بشكوي. كاملة stay كان بابلي.
يعني
yes خانم you can answer also.
I think A Georgia.
A Georgia, okay. What about Gardenia? Thank you خانم.
هنا جاي يقول هي يعني المدينة اللي ما نقدر نقضي إجازة فيها.
مو مثل الإجازة يعني هن ما شو اسمه ما تحب ولا ما ذكرت بهاي المنطقة مشان تروحون. أوكي.
يعني هو ما يحب يقضي إجازة بهيك مكان.
لا هاي consider ما بتجي بمعنى الإجازة مو مسحوتة؟ consider. لا يعتبر.
لا شنو معناها answer consider؟
It means they didn't think about to go to this place. يعني مثلا أنا ما شو اسمه.
يعني مثلا ما هي الولاية التي لا يتم النظر إليها من أجل إجازة مثلا هيك.
لا ماكو إجازة. هاي كلمة إجازة من وين أنت جبتيها؟ هاي الكلمة vacation لا هاي consider يعني تعتبر ولا مثلا think over ولا مثلا
أعتقد answer
believe هاي بتجي بمعنى believe ولا think يعني consider. أوكي.
ماشي answer
A Georgia.
نعم.
Yes Kishan, thank you.
Yes teacher. C California.
C California. What about Ala?
The answer California.
California, yes, 100.
Georgia.
Georgia. Okay, what about Benar? C California. What about Mir?
Teacher, I think it's Idaho.
Idaho. Okay,
Because
what
I
about
heard something about this.
Basha? Yes, Ahmed. Colorado or C? Ahmed, you said C or B? D. Basha. What about Shinyan?
A teacher.
A. Yes, what about Lana?
California. C.
California. Okay. So now I've heard like these 3 options from many of, but most of them they chose A, Georgia, and some of them they chose C as a California. Which one do you like to click on between these 2? Maybe this one also. Who knows? Yeah?
لأنه بالصوت بتذكر إني سمعت اسم كاليفورنيا.
بالضبط. Even I heard California, but is this the correct answer for this question? Let's try C. See, Georgia was the correct answer. So California is the wrong one. Okay, so that state is not considered for vacation. Georgia. Answer A was the correct one. All right. Now let's change the topic again for something in reading. We did 2 sessions in listening, so now we are going to change it for reading. You already done your reading and your midterm exam, right? So now let's try to something else. We can do. Would you like to have something about my day or preparing food? Which one do you like at first? My day or preparing food? Which one do you like? You would like to read something about preparing food or my day?
Preparing food.
Preparing food. What about the others? Yeah, it's really nice to have something to read about preparing food, isn't it? Let's start. And please try to mute your mic. Okay. Now let's get started. Here is that part which is about reading about preparing food. Who would like to be the first one to read the session for us? Then we're gonna answer the question. The reading is before answering the question. Yeah. Yes. Let me choose Mir. Yes, Mir, and then Shakish.
Preparing food. Jack was hungry. He walked to the kitchen. He got out some eggs. He took out some oil. He placed a skillet on
the stove.
On the stove. Skillet on the stove. Next, he turned on the hair.
On the heat. He turned on the heat.
كمبيوتر كان في زوايا أو تيمنا بأربين.
باشا.
He poured the oil.
He
poured. بس أو بنوعك ترخنا تمام صح؟
Yeah, he poured يعني جملة the oil into the skillet. رونا كيكر بسر skillet كاو.
That's oil into the skillet. He cracked the eggs into a bowl.
Yeah.
He strayed the eggs. Then he poured them into the hot skillet. He waited while the eggs cooked. They cooked for two minutes. He heard them cooking. They popped in the oil.
They popped in the oil. Okay, thank you, Mira.
You're welcome.
So let's discuss the first part, which is about preparing or boiling the eggs together, right? Jack was hungry. It's quite clear. What is the meaning of this part, right? Do you know the meaning of this part? Jack was hungry.
يعني جاك برسيبو.
Hungry ولا؟
famished.
سرقة إما كلمات منظورة بو أوي بلينكا سرقة برسيتي. كألي برسيمة أتعدي برسيتي. كألي خارج أمرم لبرسا يعني زور برسي عليه. You can say starving. You can say famished. بالضبط. Famished قيمة برسيبونا هات لي خارج أمرم لبرسا. إما خوش معنوه ألين. مصطلحاتها كان من جواد. So you can say hungry يعني جوعان. Or starving يعني برسيمة بلان بالنسبة لي زورتر كألي famished يعني زيادة لحد برسيكة أمسك كلمة معناها hungry, starving, famished. Okay?
بس خوش.
Welcome. He walked to the kitchen. روش برو مطبخك. هي رحت للمطبخ يعني. He got out some eggs. هنيك هالكي هنا. يعني هني هالكي بيني مثلا. قال he got خويا مثلا بمعنى أويا كهني هالكي هنا. He took out some oil وهنيك زيتي شي and هنيك روني شي هنا. He placed a skillet on the stove. يعني شي he placed the skillet on the stove. Do you know what is the meaning of skillet?
يعني وضعت المقلاة على الموقد.
عفوا.
وضعت المقلاة على الموقد بعد أن أخذت يعني أخذت الزيت ووضعت المقلاة على الموقد.
أيوة تمام. So هلا أنت تعرفين شنو معنى لهاي الكلمة skilled؟ يعني إما خمان علين even you can say fry pan. وايا إما عادة pan بكاريني واتا تاوا. But you can say skilled even. واتا fry pan يعني skilled هنا وخستي يسار. Stove. Do you know what does the word stove mean? صار طباخ يعني.
بمعنى طباخ.
طباخ حتى قردان حتى زوفا بمعنى أواناها موية. والله أما ألين خصيصر طباخ. شوي عادة طباخ ذات البكاية. باشا. Okay. Next he turned on the heat. دعاي تشيكر. طبعا كطباخ بخاطر صار طباخك وطباخك حلقة يعني قرمك هلقت. Okay. He turned on the heat.
أنسى بعد ذلك أشعلت الحرارة.
بالضبط. يعني طباخ. he poured the oil into the skillet. نفط كمية زيت يخسر skillet تاوكا. بله. He cracked the eggs into a bowl. هلكا كان يشكن لنا تاوكا. ما أتواني بلين bowl أتواني بلين poured. sorry skillet. عفواً.
كسرت البيض في الوعاء.
هاي البول ولا سكيل شنو معناتها بالعربي؟ جاردنيا ولا مسودة؟
مقلاة.
مثل المقلاة يعني كسرت وهي بعد ما سكبت الزيت في المقلاة يعني هنا سكبت الزيت في المقلاة. هي started the eggs يعني كسرت البيض في الوعاء.
مثلا شنو الله زور كسمان هيك هالكورون أكاد اعتادي الكلنا تاوكا أشكيني وين هاني خلقي تريش معني حزقاي هالكا ستيرتا واتا بيشلق يعني ليرا كلمة ستير بمعنى يشلق عندني أوكي هو تيكي هلا يعني إما يشلق بيشلق يعني جوان يعني تيكي بجوان لقابي كتيرة أنجابي خلنا تاوكو أوكي
البول تيجي بمعنى الوعاء مو الطاوة يعني.
إيه بالضبط وعاء يعني قاب بله he cracked the eggs into a bowl يعني هلكا كان يشكل لنا قاب هيك بجيا he stirred the eggs وقت هلكا كيتيك يعني شلقاني تعرفين شنو معنى هاي المقطع؟ هاي الكلمة stirred
يعني مثل كسرت.
لا مو مثل كسرت هاي الكراك يعني كسرت بس stir يعني شنو؟
يعني خلط تجي بمعنى خلط.
بالضبط يعني يحرك ولا خلط صح؟
يجي هم مرتين يقلب يعني
يقلب إيه بالضبط يقلب يعني تيكي هلا يعني تيكي أوكي then he poured them into the hot skillet.
But we have جاردينيا إحنا عندنا كلمة بالعراقي لهم البيض تعرفين شنو؟
شنو أنسى؟
You are from Syria?
شلون أنسى؟ صوت مو واضح.
أنتي من سوريا ومن العراق؟
أنا عراقية من بغداد.
أوكي تمام بس إحنا للبيض نستعمل كلمة خاصة ما نقول يخلط أو يخفق. أحد يقدر يجاوبها؟
يعني مثلا قلبها؟
لا. Where is أحمد أنا يوسف? I will teach Miss Lina that's why I wanted to speak. أريد أعلم Miss Lina هذا العراقي البحتة. شو نقول على البيض إحنا؟
إحنا نقول له قلي البيضة.
لا من نخبطها شو نقول؟
اخلطها.
يوسف يطرق يطرق البيض عافية يطرق يس يا كتبته
إذا نريد
هاي بس البيض
يعني
هاي إذا نسوي بيض طرق نقول صح؟
يلا اطرق لنا إياها.
عافية
نسويها بالمخلمة نقول له اطرق.
كل البيض هو حتى بالكيك لا تضحك يس نسيت يطرق بس للبيض هذا الشيء ما أعرف ليش يعني. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So he stirred the eggs. Then he poured them into the hot skillet. Do I chicken? يلتقيك أشلقانة تخسرنا تاوا جرمكو. Okay. Then he poured them into the hot skillet. Okay, Gardner, تعرفين شنو معنى هاي المقطع؟
يعني ثم يسكبه في المقلاة الساخنة.
بالضبط. He waited while the eggs cooked.
عندنا. عايشة أنسى هذا أنسى لينا يسكب يذبه بالطاوة.
بالضبط شاوريك رهتاي الكاكا حاضر بو يعني كوك تكون إما أتواني ليرا ولا إنشي أتواني شاوريك رهتاي الكاكا جوان سوربو يعني هر سوربو إما وقالي عادة باشا. They cooked for 2 minutes. چنی کی پیچو 2 دقیقه پیچو هتا کو سوربونو. He heard them cooking. جیله بود که خریکا سور ابه تو تا ابه. They popped in the oil. They pooped in the oil. دوای چیکر خسینا. چون لی pooped ابه ولین چی با pooped. We can say. He pooped in the oil بعدين لجينا كده دري هنا يعني شنو اللي طبعا كلا تواجه سورة بيت الدواي للدري أكيد تواجه أخي بس قابي كتير أوكي وتلا رونكيا لزيتك دري هنا هاي البوب تجي بمعنى
which answer
ذكرني لا تاوك ما
بالضبط هو معناتها شنو البوب مزهودة هاي مثل دفع فجأة ولا شنو؟ رجع بسرعة؟ بوبت كلا تواكا دري يعني أوكي؟ طلع من يسحبها طبعا بتجي معنا حتى يسحبها تمام Thank you, Mira. So it was about the first part that Jack was preparing his food, which is about only like, what is it? Some eggs, like preparing some eggs only. Part 2 for someone else. Let's see, what did he do next? Let me choose Gardenia. Yes, Gardenia.
Let me answer.
Mm-hmm.
Next, Jack but the eats.
Next.
On egg. Next. Jack on a
Oh, sorry. Yes, Shakish. I will tell you. Like, I will give you the next part in part 3. Okay, Shakish. Sorry.
No problem.
Yes, Gardenia. Go ahead.
Okay. I am sorry, Shakish. On
fine.
a plate.
No problem.
Plate.
On a plate.
Plate.
On a plate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. On a plate.
He placed.
He placed the plate on the.
Not plate. He placed. He placed the plate.
On the
dining
room table.
Mm-hmm.
Jack loved looking at his eggs.
His eggs.
His eggs.
No, eggs.
Eggs.
I mean, bail.
Okay, answer.
Okay, eggs, no eggs. Okay, this is a gig. Eggs.
They looked but better.
They looked pretty. No, pretty. Mm-hmm.
On
the white plate.
On the white plate. He started down in the
large. يعني كبير. In the large wooden chair.
Wooden chair.
Wooden chair.
Wooden chair.
He thought
about the day
ahead. The day ahead.
The eggs with a spoon. They were good.
Thank you. So now let's do a translation in Kurdish and then into Arabic. Okay? Who would like to translate that part into Kurdish for us? Yes, Shakish. Let me give you a chance.
Yes.
Gardenia. لما خلصنا الكردش then we're gonna translate it into Arabic. I will give you a chance. حبيبتي يلا شاكيش يلا.
يلا الله دعوة جاك هلك كان يخستنا وقالتك وبرني بوجينا خواردنا
قابك وخستيسر ميزي نخواردنا
برينا خواردنا بالله Jack loved looking at his egg. حزك عسيري هلك كانت كات.
حزي لسه كرني هلك كانت كر. أما الكورونا كردولي كردين بتعرف إيه.
أول شيء كي جوان دركت.
They look pretty on a white plate. لقابس بكاش خليكي جواني هبو إيه.
لسر ميزكي دارين نشتبو كرسي ميزكي دار تختا.
الله he sat down in a large wooden chair. لسر كرسي كي تختي جورة دانش. باشا بالله لا large ماني جورة. He thought
about the day ahead. The day ahead he eats egg.
بيري أكردو لسر شلون لسر بدرجة روجك بيري أكردو يعني بيري لروجك أكردو ما بيعني هصار الكوروني طبعا بيعني كامج لخلاص بيري جينو أمره إيش تشيو هي تشيا كيتا فيزور بيتشي أوكي.
الكتيبة كوتشك خوارد
they ate the eggs with a spoon they were good. هيك بس يكر بخوارد مثل كان بس spoon واتبا كوتشك وخوشبون يا بتامون they were good يعني باجبون. تمام. Thank you شاكر. Yes Gardenia.
Thank you. Yes answer. Next بعد ذلك جاك put the eggs يعني جاك وضع البيض
لا put the eggs on a plate.
Put the eggs on plate. جاك وضع البيض على الطبق أو في الطبق.
على الطبق مسحودة plate يعني
وضعها على الطبق.
إيه يعني والماعون ولا طبق يمكن عنده.
أترجم لك باللهجة العراقية.
ليش لا؟ طبعا. يلا.
طيب أنسى. He plated the.
لا he placed. يعني هي حطيت الماعونة.
أيوة وضع الماعون على الطبلية.
طبعا بالضبط in a dining room يعني هاي
الموجودة بغرفة الطعام يعني
بالضبط dining room يعني غرفة الطعام بالضبط. إيه Jack loved.
أنسى جاك حيل حب إنه يباوع البيض.
يعني حب الكلمة الحيل يعني هواية مو مسودة.
إيه هواية
ولا حيل. أوكي. Jack Jack loved looking at his eggs يعني
هو يحب يباوع البيض.
باشا. They look pretty on a white plate.
ويبدو حلو حيل بالبيض بالماعون.
الماعون الأبيض بالضبط. إيه
هو بعدين قعد على الكرسي يعني جلس على الكرسي. اللي هو من الخشب، كرسي
بالضبط،
كبير.
كرسي كبير من الخشب، يعني wooden بتجيب من الخشب، تعرفين؟
وظل يفكر باكر شو يسوي.
بالضبط.
وبعدين
لا مو باكر شو تسوي اليوم،
يعني
هي راح تسوي
يعني اليوم
the day
القادم
ahead.
مثلا. اي يعني انه فكر انه ياكل البيض بالخاشوقة.
تمام. و they were good.
اي وهم كلهم كانوا جيدين، يعني الاكل اللي سواه كان جيد.
Thank you so much, Gardenia. Well done. Appreciate it.
Welcome answer.
Okay, guys. So do you have any more question? Is there any word which is you don't know about how to pronounce it or what is the meaning of? هيجبو شيء هي لما تقية كم ودو ما هم خنو وقيان معنا كذا.
They were good هو هون عم يقصد البيت. They.
أنا تعمل بيض. إيه بالضبط. They were good يعني.
تمام.
Thank you. اشتري هيك. Okay, part 3. لرا وابزا بوتي جاردنيا بوتي هو عم تتذكر أنا اليوم اللي قبل مو مسودة هي مو قلت يجي the day ahead جاردنيا اسمعيني
في اليوم القادم أنسى، يعني فكر
اليوم القادم هاي يعني شنو يعني ترجمينه يوم القادم
يعني مثلا باكر يعني باكر شاحس
لا مو قادم وحتى مو الباكر يعني يوم هو راح تسوي شنو اوكي هاي معناتها هاي الكلمه ذا يوم ahead يعني اليوم
يعني هو مثلا هو مو اوكي يعني قاعد على كرسي الخشب الكبير، هو دا يفكر في اليوم القادم يعني شو يسوي يعني شو راح ياكل.
مو يوم القادم حبيبتي اليوم هو راح تسوي اوكي
يعني نفس اليوم
the day ahead يعني نفس اليوم مثلا هي قاعده بالصبح اوكي هي تاكلين هاي الشيء مثلا بالصبح
يعني مثل في المره القادمه
بالضبط في مرة القادمة ولا اليوم كله هي شو تسوي يعني أمرها مرة جاكت شيء أكاد باشا وأكاد رون بلا لا يهم تانشكا أكادار من كاردينيا لو تيا خيراوتي داني شبير أكاد لقنا خواردنا كيل كيا بيريا كدو كروجي دواتر وابزام يوم القادم إيه يعني ربوبة يعني شيء أكاد بس أو بمان أونات أجر أي وات tomorrow أوكي كاردينيا لأنه عندنا ما عندنا هاي كلمة tomorrow يعني هاي the day ahead ما بتجي معنا اليوم القادم يعني اليوم هي شو تسوين أوكي
Thank you.
Tamam, welcome. Okay, part 3 for Sakar. Yes, Sakar. This part's for you.
Jan.
Ani fashi seman bu krento.
He washed the plate with dishwashing soap. Then he washed the pan. He got a sponge. Them. Finally, he wiped down the table.
To wipe down the table.
Watch TV.
Thank you so much. أتمنى ترجمة شو ممكن؟
بله عليه أو قابكيشد ماني قابشتن كخو عاملين
زاهي واعي.
بله دوي أوا.
He washed the pan. وتاو كشي شوري pan. pan تاوي يعني skilled. سبون يعني كوتشك اوكي ساكر سبون كوتشكا بان يعني سكيلت تاوكي خومان اوكي welcome he got a sponge dump
او نازل ممس او شان
sponge dump يعني او شتا لا شالي قاب شوردن sponge dump شالي قاب شوردن يعني شالي كي اسفنجيت شو سبونج بمعنى اسفنجيت اوكي دامبيج يعني او شتا اما خو ما بيلين شالي قاب شوردن وانيا
بله
باش سبونج دام بلام تونلي اسفنجي كي قاب شوردن لرا بمعنى او شو انواع دامب هي مثلا هر ماتيريال واتا قماشه هي او تلوش تكيت يا هش معنى سبونج واتا اسفنجه امان او نوع اوكي yes finally
اسفنجه رطبه
بالضبط ايه finally he wiped down the table
he wiped down the table على جرم زكي سريوا يا سرمي زكا
washed wiped down the table لرا داون كمان معناه أونا قبل جرم زكي ماكتو شنو اللي داري سرمێزەکەی پاکردەوە توانی وا بڵێن یا کوێی کردەوە wiped
سەرمێزەکەی پاکردەوە و دواتریش سێری تەلەڤیزیۆنی کرد.
دەستخۆش.
سپاس مامۆستا.
So much. Yes, Khanum.
Yes, miss.
Can you translate this part for me in Arabic? Can you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. He washed the plate with the dishwashing soap. غسل البليت الصحن بسائل الجلي وغسل المقلاة. He washed the pan.
He got a sponge dump.
Sponge camp. وأخذ اسفنجة التنظيف.
بالضبط. في الأخير
finally في الأخير he wiped down the table. نظف الطاولة وشاهدت الفاس.
That's good. Thank you so much. Thank you. So now let's go to the questions. We have time, at least we need maybe 5 minutes to answer the question. Question number 1. What food was cooked? Pork, eggs, fish, rice. Let me choose Feiruz. Yes, Feiruz.
Eggs.
Eggs.
Number C.
Thank you. Yes, well done. Question 2. Question 2. Where did Jack eat the eggs? At the dining room table, in front of the TV, in his room, in the kitchen. Let me choose Shatish.
Yes, A. At the dining room table.
At the dining room table. Yes, very good. Naima, question number 3. How long did the eggs cook? 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes.
Be 2 minutes.
Be 2 minutes. Very good. Question 4. What was the chair made of? The chair made of metal, stone, wood. We don't know. Or we do not know. Let me choose Mir. Yes, Mir.
Mama, it's made from wood.
It made from wood. Very good. Question 5. Jack cooked in a skillet. What is another word for a skillet? Oven, pan, microwave, slow cooker. زين يعني شيء. هلا تكستك شافي مدود ما دو مصطلح معناه هربو معناه تاوكي خماني اللي رأى الله skilled أقدر قد من لما في أخيرا الله he washed the pan. بايا. كواتا إما أتوانين تنكلمي طبعا لو زاتريش معناه بلام أوي كزور كمان وبكاري يا skilled يان pan. So I already told you the answer even. Let me choose Heshu. Yes, Heshu. What is the answer for question 5? What is another word for skill? Be pan. Well done. It is correct. Okay, thank you so much. Tomorrow we're going to continue about reading and listening together. Okay. I wish you have a great day. Thanks for joining the meeting. Have a nice day. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Miss Lina.
شكرا أنسي.
أهلا.
Sakana, Khajma message.
Welcome. Goodbye.
Oh, Miss Lina, goodbye.